Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you step one of how to get blogs auto-written for your website, specifically WordPress. I can generate 1,000 plus automatically written blog posts to a WordPress website, uploaded and published, formatted with images, headings, titles, and all that stuff. And the blog posts are done with perfect SEO keyword research, which this video is what we're going to talk about. When you're deciding on what blog to write for your website, there is some considerations that need to be made. So let me explain what a TKM is, which is the first step, a topical keyword map, and how it works and why you need to generate that at the beginning. Then I'll show you how my software generates it for me. And then in part two, I'm going to show you how, after I generate the topical keyword map, how I can actually begin to start auto writing these blogs. Okay, so this diagram is to represent how keywords work. So a keyword is basically just what somebody is searching on Google. And if you want to rank on Google high for very, very difficult keywords, like in this example, concrete services, or even something more difficult, like, for me, website design would be very, very difficult to rank on Google for, especially if you're a newer company, you don't have, thousands of pages on your website. So that's what this helps you accomplish. Okay, so explaining keywords, they're broken down into tier 0, tier 1, and tier 2 keywords. So the tier 0 keyword is your main keyword that you're trying to rank for. The very, very difficult ones that are high level and broad. So in this example, I just chose concrete services. And then tier 1 are a little less broad, and then they're a little more specific. And then tier 2 is very specific. So the idea here is, in order to rank for the tier 0, you need a bunch of tier 1s that you're ranking for. And in order to rank for the tier 1s, you need a bunch of tier 2s supporting that. So it's kind of like a pyramid of supporting the tier 0 keyword. So if we want to rank for concrete driveway, we need to write a bunch of articles using these tier 2 keywords about concrete driveway. And if we want to rank for concrete services, we need to cover concrete driveway, concrete patio, foundation repair, spelling correctly, in a bunch of them, right? There's way more than this. This is a small example, but there's hundreds and hundreds of blog posts that you need to write to start ranking for the tier 1, and there's a lot of times maybe like 10 or a dozen tier 1 keywords that you need to write about to rank for your tier 0. So this is a topical keyword map, and this is what the first step in what my software generates for you. So, and by the way, this strategy, this is just how SEO works. All of the massive SEO companies that rank for national brands, huge brands, this is the strategy that they are taking. Okay, so this is my software where I start to begin to generate what tier 2 keywords I need to write about. So in my example, I'm going to do local business marketing as my tier 0 keyword. And once I run this, it's going to generate tier 1 keywords that I need to rank for. And then inside of each tier 1, it's going to generate several tier 2 keywords that I need to rank for. So I inputted my website, and it's going to analyze my website and the tier 0 keyword and figure out, referencing my website and this keyword, what tier 1 keywords I need to rank for in order to rank for my tier 0. So this is a tier 0, and let's go ahead and set it to run. So this is now running, and I'm going to pause the video until it is populating. Okay, so it's begun to populate. So you can see it's given me one tier 1 keyword and lots of tier 2 keywords inside of it that I can start writing articles about. So let me just quickly show you how this works. It gets somewhat technical, but I'm going to keep it as high level as possible. So this is what's happening on the back end. When I request it to generate me a topical keyword map, these are the steps that it's taking all the way to the end when it spits it out. So here it's pulling the records from my table, beginning to generate me tier 1 keywords. Based off of the tier 0 keyword, it is figuring out which tier 1 keywords we need to rank for, like over here, local SEO was the first one that it spit out. And I can see all of the tier 1 keywords that it's going to populate. You can see it's running right here. Okay, so the first one was local SEO, then it's going to do online reviews, content marketing, social media marketing, and paid advertising. So those are the 5 tier 1 keywords that it's given me. I can set it to pull more tier 1 keywords, but I'm just doing 5 for right now. So yeah, you can see it's already started on the first 3. So after it pulls down all of the tier 1s, then what it's doing is it's iterating through them, and it's going to Google, and it's pulling down all of the top competitors for these keywords. So for example, local SEO, it's going to Google, typing in local SEO, it's finding all of the competitors, and it's basically scraping down the keywords that they are ranking for, like thousands and thousands of keywords that they're ranking for. Then I'm passing each of those sites over to this node that looks at my competition and figures out who is the best competition for me on that Google search page. So it's not going to pull in like Yelp or some other massive company. It's going to pull in people that are similar to my website, maybe in like, they're 3 down or 5 down on the page. It's just going to exclude all the massive players because they have tens of thousands of keywords that they're ranking for. And it's going to filter those for me to try to output the best keywords possible. Then it extracts all of the keywords from each of the competitors. So it's pulling, I think, my top 5 competitors right now, and it's extracting all of their keywords here in this module. And it's then iterating and formatting them. It's then putting them into the tier 2 clusters. And then right here, it's filtering out any that are very difficult to rank for or don't have enough search volume. So after I pull, it's tens of thousands of keywords. It's going through and finding me the ones that would be best use of my time to write about and rank for. And then these are just uploading that information back into my sheet. So if we come over here, this should be done. Okay, this is done. So I have 42 of these tier 2 keywords here, roughly, minus a few. And what it's giving me back is it is telling me the keyword difficulty, so how difficult this is to rank for. This is 8 out of 100, and my system is set to pull in anything under 20 and discard anything over 20. And then it only pulls in things that have a number of searches over 10 per month. So this one, for example, has over 40 per month. This one has 320 per month. And we're going to basically write an article about every single one of these tier 2 keywords under each tier 1 category. So this would be like, a great one to write about if you're in the advertising space, display advertising versus search advertising. It has a keyword difficulty of 16. It gets 210 searches per month. So this is step 1 of what my software produces. It gives you this topical keyword map of what you should write about. And these keyword maps, when they're pulling from these massive SEO databases, this data, the keyword data and the volume data, I'm pulling in that from these massive SEO databases, but then I'm comparing on Google my competition of who I'm up against to outrank. And so by pulling their keywords down, figuring out which ones are low difficulty, I can find low-hanging fruit of where to start beating them and ranking them. And as your site starts climbing, you can write about more difficult keywords and rank for those. So real quick, let's see if I can find this. Okay, so these topical keyword maps, go for high price just to get this, and so I can pull one that's done perfectly, in 5 minutes. So again, that's what this does. And then the next video, I'm going to take these and start automating from complete 0 to 100, automate the full blog written about these things. Each blog post will be between 2,000 and 4,000 words. It generates images to upload to each article. It does bullet points, paragraphs. The spacing is all done correctly, the formatting, the headings, and the titles and stuff. It's using the correct keywords that I need to rank for within the article, inside of the paragraphs, inside of the bullet points, and then it's actually just uploading it and publishing it to WordPress for me. So it's completely automatically done inside of my software.